Okay, and welcome back to Draft Brothers. We are going to do a 3-round mock draft with the Tennessee Titans, and joining us is Mike Herndon of paulkuharski.com. And Mike is all things Titans, so he's going to help us. Thanks to our friends at PFF, we have their mock draft simulator. So basically, here, Mike, we'll run the draft when the Titans pick. You tell us who you want to take, and then if you want to share some commentary, that's okay as well.
Sure.
So let's go ahead and start this off. All right, boom, pick 11. So what happened earlier? Let's see. Carolina went with Stroud, Young to Houston, Tyree Wilson, Anthony Richardson, Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, Will Levis, Christian Gonzalez, Devin Witherspoon, Quentin Johnson to the Eagles, Dan. And the Titans are on the clock. And take a look at who's the top guy right there for you, Mike, as we were talking. And you mentioned, too, offensive tackle Peter Skoronski, the Northwestern guy, Big Ten. What are your thoughts here with the Titans at 11? Keep in mind, Bijan Robinson also available if you wanted to stir that pot. So who do you like here, Mike?
So I think this is an interesting scenario because kind of the top targets that I think the Titans would have would all be there. Jackson Smith-Njigba. I think Skoronski is a good target. I fall in the camp of I think Skoronski is ultimately going to be a guard at the NFL level. I just the arm length thing to me, like he would be such an outlier in NFL history if he was able to stick at tackle with 32 and I think it's 32 and an 1/8 inch arms.
That is a little small for a tackle,
small,
right?
Yeah.
It's way on the extreme side. And so to me, like Paris Johnson Jr. is my top tackle in the draft. I kind of think both of those, Buckeyes make sense here to some degree. My preference would be Jackson Smith-Njigba because I think he is the toughest to replicate as far as later value further down the board. So I'll take him.
All right, that's your pick. And he would be a welcomed addition to the wide receiver core for the Titans. So, yeah, we like that. And sounds like you do as well. All right, so now, there you go. We move on to the second round. And pick number 41. Let's see. Any of these guys, it looks like you just missed out on Jahmyr Gibbs, which would, of course, I always talk about Gibbs. I like Gibbs.
I like Gibbs a lot, too.
Darnell Washington, tight end. There's some players who just went, but there's still some good guys on the board here.
Yeah, I will say Darnell Washington to me is like a dream fit for the Titans from a stylistic standpoint. Talk about a guy that kind of serves as a sixth offensive lineman and can also stretch the seam a little bit. Like he is perfect for the way that they play football. And he would be a great pairing with Chig Okonkwo, who they stole late in the draft last year. And it looks like he's going to be a really good kind of F-type move tight end. I think I'm going to have to go edge and go with Adebawore.
All right. I like that.
It's a good pick.
Yeah, I think I think he's making his way up the ranks too. So to get him in the second round, I think that's really good value.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Adebawore is our pick.
On to round
All right, round number 3 at pick 72. Hendon Hooker is staring at you here, Mike.
I know. I don't know that. I'm not. I grew up a Tennessee fan. I do root for the Vols, but Hendon Hooker to me at 25 years old, coming from that offense, scares the crap out of me from a projection standpoint. I might go. Blake Freeland is interesting because he's a really good athlete. I know the Titans like athletes at the offensive line spot.
Is he a Mike Vrabel type of guy?
I think he could be. I think I'm gonna go Freeland because the Titans have got to get an offensive lineman early in this draft, and I think Freeland's got some good upside there. So I'll take Freeland.
All right, offensive line depth is always a welcomed addition here to any team, especially the Titans, who really want to run the ball and get as much as they can out of Derrick Henry. So there it is. Blake Freeland, tackle out of BYU. That is it for the 3 rounds. Let's see. The next thing is let's take a look at your grades.
Yeah.
And according to PFF, They like the Jackson Smith and Jigba. Good pick, good player, good position. And Adebawore as well, an A on that. And Freeland, C plus. You know what, though? I think it is more to do with when he was picked. I mean, if that was a 4th-round pick, I bet you this is a higher grade here. But, you get the guy that you want, right?
And the Titans are in a tricky spot because they don't have a 4th this year, so they've got that big gap from the 3rd to the 5th. So, yeah, ultimately, had there been like an Anton Harrison or Darnell Wright kind of tackle at 41, I think that would have been my preferred
somebody who
route.
Falls. Mm-hmm.
But obviously not opposed to drafting an elite athlete at the edge position right there at 41 either, because the Titans, they need pass rush help too. So yeah, I like the haul overall.
All right. So you're happy with these 3 picks? No changes?
I would have loved to find a more high-end offensive line guy, but I didn't love the choices available at 41. I thought Adebawore was just a much better player than the offensive linemen that were available. And frankly, the Titans have so many needs, I don't feel like they can afford to reach for position specificity at this point. They just need to fill out the roster with as many blue-chip guys as they can, because they need young cornerstone pieces. I mean, Jeffrey Simmons is kind of the one guy that's under 26 that you point to and you go, okay, that guy is a star here for the next few years. And by the way, he needs a contract extension. So they just need to find young cornerstones. I don't really care where they play as long as they're premium positions. So
there you go. We like it. I'm curious to see what Titans fans and viewers think. If you like this, give us a like, a subscribe because you love the show. If you don't like this, share with us what your comments would be, in terms of, hey, I would have gotten this guy instead or whatever.
What would you do differently?
Yeah, roast
exactly. What would you do differently? Roast us. Exactly. All right. Awesome. Well, again, he is Mike Herndon. He can be found at paulkuharski.com as a writer and editor. His Twitter handle at Mike Herndon NFL. Mike, we appreciate you coming on and helping us out with this Titans mock draft, and best of luck to the Titans in the 2023 NFL draft.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys having me.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
Mike.
you.